Hey there, have you ever tried overwintering peppers for the next season? That's what we're doing here at the frogpondvegpatch today. We'll be choosing some peppers and then showing you how we dig them, prep them, and store them for winter. So first up, you want to pick good, strong, healthy plants and also pick varieties that you want to be keeping for next year as well. Next up, we needed to remove the supports that we had growing over the summer. You want to make sure you're doing this project at least a week or two before frost. The soil is going to be easy to dig and the plants are going to be in good shape. Once you've selected your plants, you want to remove all the foliage. The pepper plants over winter aren't going to need all these leaves or as much of the stems that they have. They're not going to be growing over winter. They're going to be dormant. So we want to go through and strip away all this vegetation and get them down to just some good strong stems. So when it comes to digging the peppers, you want to be careful and slowly kind of dig out around each of the plants. Carefully lift them to minimize kind of damage and extra stress. And then since we're digging up a few peppers at a time, we're going to take each one and put it in a bucket and put some soil around the roots so that the roots don't dry out while we're going through the process. Another thing to remember is to make sure that you label or take the labels that you have on those plants so you know which peppers are which when you go to store them, especially since they're not going to have their leaves or anything like that. You want to make sure you still know which ones are which come the next spring. So next, we took a hose and cleaned off the plants. We want to get rid of all of the soil from the garden. We don't want to be bringing that inside, and also want to spray off the stems and get rid of any bugs or things like that that might be hanging on. So next up, we sprayed each of the plants down with neem oil. This is a natural oil product to curb pests. Again, we want to make sure we're bringing the plants inside and they're as clean as possible. So we're following the instructions on this bottle of neem oil. We're thoroughly soaking the plants and then letting it sit. So whatever you decide to use for this, just make sure that you are following the directions on the product that you're using. Alright, so next up it's time to repot all the plants using new potting soil. And so for this overwintering project, we've chosen 4 different plants. We've got a big guy jalapeno, an ace bell pepper. This is a barren hot pepper. And then finally on the end here we have, this is impala. It's a serrano type pepper. And so then we put them inside. We put them inside of this plastic bin so that we can keep kind of the humidity and moisture there. You need to be checking these throughout the winter to make sure that the plants are still at least somewhat moist. Seal this up. And it's all set for winter. Hey, so we're now into December, and so it's a good chance to take a look and see how the peppers are doing. So I wanted to show you guys as well how things are going. And so what we're looking for is the peppers to have moisture. We don't want them to be completely dry. Actually, they feel pretty good, honestly. You can also see that they're still alive. We've actually got a little bit of green growth here. So this one is the bell pepper. So this one doesn't have any growth. So what you can do is you can take your thumbnail and you can kind of scratch the stem, and you see it's green, so that means it is still alive. Maybe if there aren't any leaves growing, you can do this kind of scratch test to see, to make sure that the plant itself is still alive. So these all look good. I'll test the one in the back here as well that doesn't have any leaves. This is the impala that pepper that we have. So again, I'll do the same thing. Just gonna see. That is looking good. Yeah, I think there's probably enough moisture in here. So, what I'll do is probably check these at least once a month as we're going through the winter. I'll keep them in the container so the humidity stays up, they don't dry out. They're in our basement, so the temperature should stay pretty consistent throughout the rest of the winter. All right, so thanks for joining us. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe to our channel. If you've got experience overwintering peppers, let us know in the comments. Let us know what worked and what worked for you so we can share it with the rest of the community. Till next time, see you. Thanks. Bye-bye.